Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We have a brand new beer. We've never reviewed this brewery before. It's called Evolution Craft Brewing Company. This is their lot number 3 Indian Pale Ale. These guys are out of Salisbury, Maryland. I found out about this because of relatives that live in the DC area, and they said every restaurant they go to, this is on draft. Similar to on the East Coast, we've got like Foothills Brewing Company, Oscar Blues, New Belgium, and you go. So I'm missing a few here, but they're always on Carolina Brewing Company. Every restaurant you go into, they're on draft. Well, this is kind of the favorite of a lot of the restaurants. The bartenders, they all recommend it. You want an IPA, go for number 3. So what this is it is an American IPA. It's aggressively hopped with 2 pounds of hops per barrel. They don't tell you which hops. Big notes of citrus and piney notes with a firm malt background. I call that a pretty boring and standard description. But that's just the way they describe it. They do tell you that it is 65 IBUs and 6.8 ABV. So perfectly in line with what an IPA should be. It's got this really cool cap on it. It's got this E with a big V and an O. Evolution Craft Brewing Company. So 65 IBUs, right in line with what an IPA should be. 6.8 ABVs, right in line with what an IPA should be. So they're doing a lot of things right. What else do IPAs have? A slight malt background with citrus and piney notes. I mean, it's as standard as you can get. So I'm being a little critical here, but I had a sip of this prior to this beer review, but that's been about it. So a little bit of carbonation, very dark caramel color, very thin white frothy foamy head. Smells very malty. I would almost classify this almost as a pale ale with pine in it. There's a little bit of citrus. You can kind of smell a little bit of kind of orange, maybe some grapefruit, something really sweet. But it's got a huge malt background to it. It's cloudy. You barely see my shadow of my hand here. And there's almost no carbonation. There's a little bit of resin floating down here. So this is one of those IPAs. It's got a lot of kind of sediment to it, not very filtered. The head has kind of disappeared at this point. Check it out. Whew. It's very sweet. It's got a lot of whew. Okay, so this is one of those beers. It's very grainy. It's got a lot of sediment to it, not only in obviously what you can see, but in the flavor as well. There's a lot of stuff floating around. It's kind of got a bite to it, a bitterness bite to it, that I think that a lot of the citrus notes are trying to come out, but it is kind of overpowered by the malt that is either floating around in here, or is that backbone that they're looking for. This is rough. So, yeah, so I was in a restaurant on draft, and I am a firm believer that there are some beers that are much better on draft than in bottles. Killian's is a great example. I love Killian's on draft. I will not ever drink it in a bottle. This could be kind of a case of this. It's really kind of gritty. It doesn't go down very smooth. It definitely has kind of this background of that unfiltered malty taste to it that I think in an IPA is not deserving. Whew, I'm gonna give it one more shot. Yeah. All right, so here on microbeerreviews.com, we rate beers between 1 and 5. I would give this a 2. I would not buy this again. I don't like it. I don't think it has kind of what I would call the mass liking of IPAs mixed with this malt background they're going for, because there's just way too much going on here. There's too much grittiness to it. There's a whole lot of citrus trying to come out. It can't, because your palate is like lockjawed trying to get the rest of the malt down, and it just doesn't balance itself out well. It's just um, it's not good, and I wouldn't drink it again. And I'm not going to drink this again because I think it's awful. So, I'm being nice and giving it a 2. I don't like it. Um, I'm not going to have it again. I'll wait for number 4. So, if you try to, let me know. I don't do this often, but thumbs down, don't like it. Thanks for watching microbeerreviews.com, or on Facebook or on Twitter. We upload all the time. And if you want to comment on this YouTube channel, you are more than welcome to. But I will not change my mind on this one. Cheers.